So I have been here now for a couple of hours, and let's see what I've done. So as you can see, this is what would have been the master bedroom. The wardrobe is gone. Let me step back. And it's just the skirting as expected. Oops. That's the wardrobe I'm tripping over. This desk weighs a ton, so it can just really be shifted. The curtain rails out, all little hooks and crappy things like that. You can see the floorboards underneath are actually in pretty good nick. Started cutting half the carpet here because I needed something to rest most of this on. And then doors seem to actually be a white color. This is amazing. Look, this tape. There's tape on the edge here which has been like 22 years old. That's crazy. Anyway, just cleaned a little bit in there. Not much damage. You can just see the skirting board area. I've taken some photos of the profile so we might be able to match it. I've taken the handle off the window there so that we can see if we can get that sorted out. And that is this room. So you'll see those carpets aren't off. I'll explain that later. This room carpet's completely out, all hooks, bits and pieces. That came from the airing cupboard, or the cupboard there. What a mission to get out. Anyway, otherwise clear, just sort of needing to paint. Floorboard's also okay. That sticky thing there is just the adhesive for the carpets that was on, so probably still going to remain there anyway. Bathroom, not much news here. Try to see what it's made of. Got some plywood underneath. I don't know what the condition of the plywood is. It might be best just to rip up the plywood and put fresh. If we're tiling, then it wouldn't be plywood, it would be that aqua panel that I had. In fact, probably want an aqua panel regardless because it won't rot like this does. Otherwise, just taken some things off, and despite having disassembled cupboards and everything, that is the only thing that gave me a bloody mingy, and it was bliksem sore as well. So this does need painting, of course, but taken some photos of the colouring there so we can try and match it with whatever flooring we've got. This is more of a blue colouring, as evidenced by the kitchen room. The chrome bath there might just need a polish up, might need replacing this rail here. We'll see what we do there. And that's the end of that room. So, ka-ching. It's also the end of this room. Ka-ching. So, they did leave some really nice hangers, so we can keep those. Down the stairs, took off hooks, all little bits around here, just pulled off all the hooks. They were really weird people. There was a telephone line extension that ran all the way from the bottom here, up the way around the wardrobe and everything, so I've taken that out, and that is obviously what that is. Hooks out of there, so you can pretty much see that we're clear from a hookage perspective. Don't know what this dangly thing is here, but it does look part of the door, so it's weird. Okay, kitchen. The guy who came through says he thinks that can be cleaned quite. It's about £100 to clean. I've got the model number now, so we can check for the handle. And I actually think that's not so bad. It does need a clean though. This doesn't look to be rust; it's just grease, more than as opposed to rust. That there at the back too. I pulled it forward to have a look. That little thingy there is related to the cooker switch here, so we just need to wire that in there. I don't know what to do really with this chap, other than maybe to try and this seems hollow, wire it down the back, which is probably what they should have done. But if I can get that to drop down the back, then I can wire it in the same one as the cooker. Otherwise here, just taken some pictures of the colouring there. No change, no change. That is a tumble dryer space, not a dishwasher space, hence the reason why that says tumble dryer. which means they kind of ruck that board, putting pipes through to it. But there's a cavity right at the back, which you probably can't see. You can see it's been blocked up, and that's for a vented tumble dryer. So that's actually what that's for. Washing machine there. I don't know what they put there, but they've obviously hacked the floor apart to put it in. Maybe it was probably a fitted cupboard at one stage that they pulled out. In fact, that's exactly what it would have been, hence the reason for the floor pattern not being exactly the same. So, okay, so we won't be able to replace that. Otherwise, taken all this junk. I mean, there's a lot of junk. Those are the carpets. You can see the faults at the back. This carpet I will pull out. That might be useful to use that if we repair this carpet here, which has got a little hole. So there's some thought there, and I explain all about this. Took photos of all this junk all around. Don't know why they even had this perfume thing. It smells like crap anyway. Around here, just a few things. I've still got to take the plug out of that. Took them out, speakers out, but I can't get those dangly things off, so I'm probably going to have to drill them out. Likewise with that thing up there. But generally, it's actually all right. You can see the light bulbs don't work, so that's part of how it goes, I guess. And everything outside is quite fine. Now, I suspect the gas is off, but that's where we stand. So the next step is to chuck all of this junk into a truck, and I'll tell you about that later. This dishwasher, though, if we do keep it, I mean, this was gross to try and clean up because all the water came spewing out. So this floor definitely needs taking up, and I think that, yeah, that's just on concrete at the bottom, so that's going to be dead easy to do. And then just a bit of cleaning, getting the silicone off. Otherwise, it's not in a terrible state, it's not in a grand state, needs some adjustments on hinges, but it's not too bad. So I think we'll get away with that. I mean, look at that gross, there's grease and stuff all along the edge there. It is shock. So, that's where we stand, and well, more work to do, more fingers to bloody.